We're with Caroline Taylor. She is a personal injury attorney in Nashville, Tennessee, and she's agreed to answer some online questions. These were posted about car accidents. And with that said, let's go into the questions that were asked. The first question was from Robin. Robin says, if I was in a car accident, do I need to file a police report? Excuse me, let me read that again. If I was in a car accident, do I need a police report to file a claim?
Okay, well, thank you, Robin. So first and foremost, if you are in an accident, make sure that somebody does call the police so that a police officer actually does come investigate the case and there is a report to begin with. So once that report is generated, it usually takes a day or two, and then it'll be available to you to be able to pull. In filing a claim, and if by that you mean filing a claim with the insurance company, then you can open up the claim with the insurance company without physically having the police report, but you're gonna wanna get the police report. The insurance company is gonna wanna see it because they're gonna have to assess fault. And it's just important to have that so that you can make sure that you have all the information that's out there relating to your claim at that point.
Okay, next question. This was from Thomas. Thomas says, I was recently hit by a driver who was using their cell phone while driving. What are the laws in Tennessee about cell phone use while driving, and how will it affect my claim?
Sure. Well, thank you, Thomas. So cell phones, and your question's just a little bit vague because use can be, a lot of different things. Were they texting? Were they on it talking? Were they checking emails? Different things like that. So generally in Tennessee, it's not prohibited to just talk on your cell phone. There are exceptions to that. For instance, school bus drivers, things like that. There are prohibitions. If you're an inexperienced driver, then obviously you shouldn't talk on your cell phone. But as a general rule, it is not prohibited in Tennessee to actually talk on your cell phone. It is illegal to text. So if you're driving and you're texting, that's obviously a problem, and that is against the law. So different things like that can affect your claim differently. Obviously if the person that hit you was texting, then that's going to be a positive fact in your favor when evaluating your case.
Okay. Next question was from Katy. Katy says, I was in a car accident and the insurance company seems to be offering a fair settlement. Is it okay to accept the offer?
Sure. So it's always up to you whether you accept an offer, and that's the case whether you've got an attorney or whether you don't. But you want to make sure that you assess the situation and that you are very, very comfortable with what you're being offered, because I can promise you that the insurance company is trying all they can do to get out of this for the least amount of money possible, and they don't have your best interests in mind. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that all your medical bills are covered. You want to make sure that if you've lost any work, lost any wages from your accident, that obviously you're reimbursed for that. And then you also want to make sure that there's just some compensation in there for your pain and suffering, which is essentially the headache that you've had to go through and the pain that you've endured from the accident in general. So you want to make sure that all of that is covered. Your question is it okay to accept it? If you think it's a fair settlement and that you have, covered all your grounds and that you're going to be great and okay off by taking that settlement amount, then sure, that is your decision. Even if you hire an attorney, obviously you'll get them and they'll be able to give you a recommendation and as to their experience, whether they think that that's a fair settlement, which also might be a great idea just to call and get another opinion. But it's always your choice, again, whether you have an attorney or not, to whether you accept a settlement. So if you think it's fair and you want to move forward, then that's absolutely your choice.
Okay, and the last question we had was from Mark. Mark says, last week I was rear-ended by another driver. He says he is not at fault for the accident, but I thought the other driver was always at fault if it's a rear end.
Sure. So generally you're right. Most rear end collisions are going to be the fault of the person in the back. Always is a very, very strong term, and I typically don't ever like to say always because there's pretty much an exception to every rule. So obviously your case is going to be fact specific, and without knowing a little bit more, I really can't give you a solid opinion. But I would say 9 times out of 10, the person that's in the rear of the accident, they are typically going to be charged to be at fault.
Okay. Well, if you have any other questions for Caroline, all you need to do is post them in the comments section below, and she's agreed to answer your questions for you. So thanks, Caroline.
Absolutely. Thank you.